Hello and welcome to my video for EY4076 Subject Pedagogics 2. So first, as with any design task, we have the brief. Though little evidence of learning can be shown here, I think that reading the brief automatically makes you start thinking in all directions. Here, we can see the entire design process at a glance. This was beneficial as I was working through the design process, I could see that perhaps I was moving along a little bit too fast, and then I would go back to my activities and try and improve upon them. At first, this page did look a little bit different, but I felt that the original activity didn't fully get me to think about what the user would want out of this product. So instead, I chose to use this empathy map, which I think was a little bit more suitable for me. Choosing this activity instead allowed me to still develop empathy for the user, but also make use of the design process in a more meaningful way. So whilst the user remained the same, I was able to think about this in a lot more depth simply by changing the activity that I was using. And I think that's a really valuable lesson to take away as a teacher, that the question doesn't have to change, the answer you're looking for doesn't have to change, but perhaps the method could really have a big impact on the student's thinking. On this page, we can see some of the images that inspired my designs. Thinking in all directions and removing any restrictions and limitations that may be created by the brief, I was able to come up with some ideas that I would have never thought of otherwise. I see this page as one that is split into two parts. First, the initial thoughts and ideas, and second, sharing your ideas with your peers. I found the activity of sharing my ideas with my peers a very valuable one. It was interesting to see how we all took very different approaches to the very same brief, and it was also really good to get some feedback, as it did influence some aspects of my final design. I had not used the Scamper method before, but I did find it useful. It really made me think about my design further, and think of other possible ways to improve it. For this page, instead of sketching my ideas again, I decided to model it and annotate it instead. I thought it was really valuable to actually see what it would look like, and see that perhaps it would be a little bit more difficult for the customers to write their address on a box that was already folded up, which I hadn't thought of while I was looking at the sketches. Nonetheless, I did find that I was already decided on the idea that I was going to go with. Here, I got to compare my three main ideas, and even though I was already set on my return to manufacturer box, it was still a valuable process to carry out, as I got to see that just because it wasn't the most new and special idea, it was still the best one that I had. I really liked using the Access FM method, as it made me think about my project under those 8 different headings, which I probably would not have considered otherwise, and it made me empathize with the user once more, thinking about what product they would most like to purchase. Here, whilst discussing my ideas with my peers, we did decide that the return to manufacturer box was the best idea out of the 3. But even despite that idea could still be improved upon, which really highlighted the importance of collaboration during the design process. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye!